Have you felt there's been negative consequences?
Hell yeah.
1,000%.
1,000%.
What's that like?
Well,
who should start first? No, listen, for me, I my father's a very household notorious name for who he is. And there's a lot of, things that come with that. And I feel like I always had to carry the weight of whether he's a gangster or he cooperated, he's a rat. And like people, feel a certain kind of way. And it's like they judge me for that. And at this point in my life, it is like, I really don't care.
What do you say to the rat comments then?
Listen.
He's a sellout.
At that time, at that particular time when all that happened, I get it. I understand coming from that world where people would want to say that. But it's really hard, especially in today's era, when you have people on podcasts and doing what they're doing, saying, oh, he's a rat for doing what he's doing. But, in our world, it's a very protected, quiet world. You're not supposed to be out there to begin with. And I just think my father in general is like, he'll be the face for that. He's the bigger name, right? Mm-hmm. Like you always have Sammy the Bull, John Gotti. There's never going to be the mob.
Another era like that.
Era
like those
like
legacy,
that.
Those like legacy names.
Right.
Bad or good.
So bad or good. So it's like he's always going to be the one in someone's mouth. And it is what it is. It's, at this point, it's 100 years, like she said. And it's if people truly feel a certain kind of way and you truly want to say you're a gangster or whatever, go deal with him.
Well, recently, so I have a company called Spiritual Slinger, and I have like a whole other identity. And I go to pop-up events and stuff like this, and it's very therapeutic for me. Like after I left the show and stuff like that, I got diagnosed with neuropathy. I have fibromyalgia, so I was like kind of look very zen and just like to chill out. Like I'm a mom of 5 kids. I just like to just keep it where life is a little bit more calmer. So this happened like honestly 3 days ago. So my girlfriend's like, Ramona, I my girlfriend, she does this big cancer event and I wanted to get you to be an eventer. I was like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. She goes, but the lady said no. I was like, oh, they had another like intention candle lady. She's like, no, because she heard about the mob. I go, what did you say? She goes, she heard about the mob. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was like, at the end of the day, like, yes, I was on a show. And yes, I don't hide from where I came from. But, 2026, what the heck does that have to even do with me anymore?
Right. It's like we've come so far
but some
and have
people
done so many things and
are
created.
Still like, I don't know what they think. You know what I mean?
You got 5 kids. Does that carry on to the next generation or is it over?
No, totally over. Like my kids are totally professional. They didn't make, in a sense, bad choices like maybe I have in certain areas when it comes to men and stuff like that. They're very happy. They're just on different paths and they don't sit there. Like, look, my stuff came from my grandfather. They never got to meet him. So they didn't know from all that. And they just got a taste of little things. So they lived a totally different life pertaining to that. But coming to Staten Island, there's just so much you could not talk about it because it's...
Yeah.
It's
I think for me, it carried on, like even with my daughter. And she, after Mob Wives, I did a show called Families of the Mafia, which was
2 shows.
Yeah, but I did Families of the Mafia. And that kind of was like where I had to draw the line because it just started now it's pouring it into my daughter. And my daughter is so professional. She does amazing for herself. She's in finance. And I just didn't want to dump this world into her. And, to clarify to certain people who go out and say that show didn't work, it actually did work. I just at some point had to say, I can't do this to my daughter. I'm not going to put that label on her.
How does she feel about it?
She wants to be so distant from it. She's just...
Your 5 kids too?
Oh, yeah, they want nothing to do. Yeah.
Even
They'll never
TV.
Deny it, but they have their own,
identity.
Right. My daughter's like, I work very hard to pave my own way and my own direction, and I just don't want to always be put in this little box. And especially when we did the show, it was like Families of the Mafia, so it's like the show was trying to make it like, oh, she's doing something wrong or she's following in the family footsteps. And she's actually carved her way in such the opposite direction. And, like I said, she made a lot more money than she made on reality TV in her life. And, I just decided this wasn't like, I just don't want to be known as like the mob daughter, the mob granddaughter, the mob. Like,
right.
I had to step back and say, what direction do I want, especially for her, and like try to push it in another area. So it did kind of spill into her life for a minute.